Hey,
Hi,
y'all.
everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're actually recording this early, but welcome to the Soapwire podcast. You know the spiel we have to say, so get ready for it. Welcome to Soapwire, brought to you by the TV Cave. This is where you get our thoughts on our stories. Soapwire is sponsored by Katie Waltman. Katie Waltman Jewelry offers elegant, handcrafted pieces from stockable rings and gold-filled bracelets to personalized charms. It is featured in Elle, InStyle, Oprah.com, and worn by celebrities such as Molly Sims. So enjoy an exclusive discount with our promo code SOAPWIRE at katiewaltman.com. Katie is with an I-E, katiewaltman.com together. And when you put in a Soapwire passcode, well, promo code, please put it together as well. It's one word together, not apart. So welcome to Soapwire. I am Ashley Sheree, everyone, and this is.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Deneen.
So yeah, we're actually recording this a little bit early because life be life in. So let's get right on into it with the breaking news. I feel like everyone was shook if when it was revealed that the legend six-time daytime Emmy winner Erica Slezak will be joining General Hospital. There is no word on who she will be portraying. I remember I saw it on Twitter, X, the bad place, whatever you want to call it at first, and I was just like, I didn't believe it. So I was like, I'm going to wait until more drops because it was the Erica Slezak fan page that tweeted like, you need to get there now and see what we talking about. And then that's how it was essentially revealed. And then everybody else started picking it up. So yeah, what do you think about the legend that is Ms. Erica Slezak joining General Hospital? Shocking to
You
me.
know, when we started talking about it, I was like, Vicky? Is it Vicky? Is it Nikki? Like, who's
Vicky, Vicky.
coming? Who's coming, Vicky, Nikki? And yes, I would love for her to be Vicky, because Lambview has ties with Port Charles. Um, we got excited for JJ coming back. That was kind of dead in the waters, like we got excited for Rick Hertz coming back. That's
Yep.
living up to the hype.
Yep.
You're doing your big one there, and we appreciate it. So it's like then we heard news of Kelly coming back, not Monaco. And we don't know if she's going to be Brit or not. So like, I want to be excited for Erica's return. I want to feel like it's a big, and you know what I think it is too. It's actors that's coming back that we know can give us great scenes, and they're
Of
not
course.
giving great scenes. So it's like I want to be excited with Erica coming back, but I don't know if the writers have the capacity to
Mm,
cater to her with everything else.
that
So I'm like,
part. You're
I'm
like cautious about it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the name, I was
I mean,
like,
because it's Erica, you know what I'm saying? It's like
it's like
Vicky.
daytime legend,
Yes.
and I got excited for it. But I feel like a lot of this new regimen is new actors. Like,
Yeah.
like the storylines, the scenes, like it's not soapy. And she comes from an era of the
Soap.
definition of soapy.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I
I
just hope
mean, go ahead, sorry.
I'm good.
Yeah. And I mean, like, she worked with the legendary Agnes Nixon. So, like, I mean, it's like, I hope she's getting, the material that she's used to. Of course, there's some rumblings like, what if she's Monica Quartermain? And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just like,
I think that would hit a lot of backlash.
like, it's too soon and it just
Like,
feels weird, you
yeah,
know?
I feel like Monica is heavily intricated in a lot of the storylines right now,
Hmm.
but they've been mentioning her name from a distance.
Yep.
So like, yeah, I don't want to recast for her. I feel like it's disrespectful at this point.
Yeah. I can agree with that too. Like I said, it just feels weird. And I know that it's only supposed to be short term. Ideally, it for me, this is my thinking process. I would have loved it more so to have been more of kind of like a startup or kind of playing with the idea of bringing One Life to Live back. So I would have
Yeah,
loved if she was still just, Vicky, of course, and
yeah.
then, testing the waters because it has been said that GMA3, which comes on right before General Hospital, really is not doing good at all. Like it's drowning in the water. So
Mhm.
if they were smart and knew what was good for them,
They bring it
I
back
just
time. So yeah.
yeah, like start like laying the groundwork instead of making her be someone new. I mean, they're already keeping it under wraps, so like low key, I feel like it will be either a new character or a recast character. I don't think it's going to be Vicky, as much as I would love it to be her.
Except
But
for the fall. Like, did you notice that they so it's like a short term
yeah,
contract to get back there?
hmm So like I don't know where they're going. So that's what I'm saying. Like short term, could it be Vicky? Short term, are they recasting for Monica? Short term, is it just another character that they just may be recasting in general? So we really have no idea. And we're so fans, so of course we're going to speculate. That's just us. But we're gonna wait, and I just hope that they do a legend of this magnitude with some dignity and respect because I know Kim Zimmer wasn't exactly treated the most best way when she was on One Life to Live, so I just hope that Erica gets the respect that she deserves when she's on there. And I believe the only other breaking news that we have, unfortunately, is Robinson, who played Rick Rubber. Part of one of the most legendary quadrangles of General Hospital's time. He unfortunately did die. And it's so crazy that all of the individuals who were in that triangle and quadrangle have now passed away. So, I mean, it's been years, unfortunately, since Damon Stewart, who played Alan Quartermain, died. But even just this year, it's crazy because first you had Leslie Charleston die. Then it was
Yeah.
revealed that Denise Alexander died, who played Leslie Weber. And now it to be revealed that Chris Robinson has died too. I'm like, whoa.
Maybe the triangle was a little bit more connected than we thought.
Girl, maybe, because that's insane. It's literally like January, March, and now June. I was like, wow. So, rest in peace to Chris Robinson. Condolences to his family, because I already know that this has to be a very rough time for them. So we just wanted to mention that as well. And also noting I have seen some rumors going around about a certain character and a certain actor that plays on General Hospital maybe leaving. I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know how legit it is. And I'd rather talk about something that I know is absolutely legit and absolutely happening and not give out misinformation. So we're just not even going to talk about that. But we also have some great news to talk about. So just going right into BTG, Beyond the Gates. Can we just talk about Chelsea and Madison? So they're called Chattison. I think it's
Yeah,
so freaking
I saw
cute.
that one. I thought, I love a good name, and I saw that one, and it made me smile. So
Right? It's so cute. They were like, what about these two names? And I forgot what the other one was, but Chattison absolutely stuck out to me the most. And I was just like, sign me up because I love it. So what do you think about just this couple? Like, I think they're amazing. And a doctor at that. Okay, Chelsea.
yeah, yeah, a young doctor, a young baddie. Like I love the storyline better for Chelsea versus her being a unicorn where she got her feelings hurt. Like
Mm,
I think that if she is to explore more with Madison, she'll really be able to tell, how much is she into women because she's going to see it be reciprocated to her.
yes.
She can get to see that in her poly couple.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, like they were married. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how much eh, space or how can they really be together, that type of thing. But I am loving it's a single couple, a lesbian couple, black lesbian couple. I think it's great to see. I'm all about representation of any and all kinds. So it is nice to see like a nice a lesbian queer couple on the screen because that to be honest I don't think I've seen that on daytime. And I'm just like thinking about it and I don't really like see that. I know we've had gay
My
couples.
mentor going through, yeah, but like a black lesbian couple, just like out proud, family, no, no.
And during Pride Month. So shout out to them getting their representation this month. I feel like it's definitely right. They kind of lessened a little bit on the Smitty and Martin, I think too. But what BTG does is I feel like they try to give everybody spotlight. Unfortunately, not Nicole to the capacity that I would like. And we do know that they do have like a big cast, but I do like that, I hopefully they'll get back to showing Martin and Smitty the way that they used to. I think they're trying to allow other people to have that shine and storyline right now.
I agree. I agree. Like I think one of the biggest scenes with Martin and Smitty that I really enjoyed was the bookshelf scene.
Mm-hmm.
They just like supported each other. I think they're gonna have a lot of drama coming up too,
Yes, definitely.
especially with this new storyline.
Yep.
Um,
Getting more clues. You saw what
yeah,
happened on Friday, right?
yeah. And okay, so can we go back? Because remember I said, who is this white man? Who is this white man? Like we have been trying to put it together for the last couple of weeks. Like he was in
Mm-hmm.
orphanage, like he was watching everybody from afar. But even before that, the new, I don't want to say article, but new assignment for Smitty is Marcel Malone,
Oh,
which is the detective that Jacob is working with.
yes.
But when he said the name to Martin, that's what triggered a lot.
Oh, so there is probably more to the story, of course, than what we know. And there has been like I do feel like there hasn't been once again anything clear and concise about well, what is happening and what's going on with the couple, that story. Or so I'm happy that we're gonna start getting some more, clarification.
Yeah, like I feel like we've been playing a game of Clue for the last couple of weeks. And now it's like, okay, how are all these things, all these people connected?
And I did like that he has talked to Nicole about it. Nicole is his mother. Like, what? I did like that he had a conversation and they talked about it. Of course, Vernon's like, no one can know. But I'm like, that's his mom, and he's really trying to figure out what is going on with his mental because it's starting to affect him in ways. So of course he's gonna go to his mother as well. I get what Vernon is saying, but in the same token, it kind of has to be low-key expected in a sense. So
Absolutely, he's going to go to his mother, the therapist. Like he's trying to work
makes sense.
things out. Come on, it's free therapy. Like, yeah, I want to,
Okay.
but I feel like gonna help me get all these thoughts together. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what the issues with the nightmares in the first place. Is like you're trying to hold everything in. Like clearly something was covered up to save you.
Exactly. Exactly. It was weird not seeing Anita this week, but I think Miss Tooney is on vacation or doing shows and everything of that nature. But I did think it was really cute having Nicole come in and just kind of like meet her mom. So
Oh, what do you mean she's gone? Gone where? Which trickled into the sister sister moment. We love Nicole and Danny sings like they work so well with each other.
so good, so sistery. I mean, Stinkeroonie has to be like in my repertoire now because that was just so funny. I also like the release of therapy. Like, let's just throw these damn glasses, and they got money, so it don't matter. Like, we could just buy some more, you know? Because
And
I know
Nicole
they're
said it too.
expensive.
She was like, "You must have went through a whole thing when Bill left," and she was like, "Yep, I did. I did." Like, I love how they're able to be vulnerable in that space. Like, it's unfortunate that they're both dealing with similar situations,
Yep.
but who else could you be with unapologetically than your sister?
Cheating ass man, Lord Jesus. But yeah, their scenes are just so cute and so, sistery and Danny comforts her. It was just amazing. And just to see them continue to have like certain sister bonding moments is definitely nice. And I think because I do take issue with the fact we really haven't seen Nicole and we talked about that. I feel like we talked about it last episode and probably other episodes in the past. Like we just really
We
don't get to see her point of view, which sucks.
Yes, like we don't. Like either she's becoming more filler. We talked about the Leslie Dana, Lulu Sherry Anna of it all.
Look at you, you got it.
So we talked about that and we talked about her having more of a spotlight. But then, thinking about the villains in certain soap operas, they don't last long.
Yeah.
They are there, they're gonna use that contract. And Trisha is giving everything she got.
Every freaking thing. So of course there's no shade on her, but sometimes it does need a balance in the story. So I do feel like we're not gonna stay in this topic long because I know we talked about it last time, but I just do feel like there's just a lot more story with Ted and, Leslie
Yeah.
Dana Honolulu Sherry versus, Nicole, and it just really kind of like sucks. So hopefully they'll get it
The
together.
next week too, because I think she took him the divorce papers in the
That's what
promo.
it looks like, right?
Yeah, we know from other folders. I don't know. So,
I peeped that too. I was like, uh,
something
okay,
in there.
okay.
Oh, it's something that's legal.
Yeah,
Something.
also shout out to Danny, like more so relaxing on the bill thing. This I like. I don't, I was annoyed. Everybody knows I was like very annoyed with, how she's going about the Bill and Haley situation and all that. But I do appreciate how more chill she is with this whole thing. And you see she peeping to Chelsea and Madison. You see that, right? She's been looking at like, okay, like I see something. I ain't gonna say it yet, but I see it.
Now, do we think she's going to continue to be cool like this, finding out that the girls know about Andre?
Love that.
Because let it be exposed.
I think that she's gonna be like kind of caught off guard for a minute, but I hope that she'll pull herself together because Danny's just like super impulsive and she lets like all of her feelings out without necessarily thinking about it. But I did love that scene with the three of them. I thought it was like legit so freaking
Yes.
cute.
What you doing here, Andre? I'm just. Oh, what was you looking for, Andre?
Okay, Andre, like
Talking
things
about we
like
related. He
that.
said we not related. He let Chelsea know. We ain't got no ties. Like
He
we're
said,
not
Chelsea,
blood.
let me tell you something real quick.
I ain't got no ties to none of the Duprees. Okay, like
Let that be known. But that whole scene was just so cute. I thought
yeah,
Chelsea, like in that scene, was so cute. I do like that they know. That means the secret is about to start getting out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of those. I have to say too, I did feel like they lessened up on the Eva of it all this week. She wasn't on there too much, but I did take issue with how she was talking to Kat. Um, and I've noticed that a lot of people do too as well. It just makes it seem as though like Kat is in the wrong for having the feelings that she has. Granted, when the secret dropped, everybody was coming at Eva. They had the smoke, they had the energy ready to go. And right now, I only feel like Kat and Mona still have that energy when it should be like a lot more people. Granted, like Ted, that's his daughter, so he gonna do what he gotta do. That is his child that he had no idea about. But I
yeah,
also feel like he shouldn't be, and I don't want to say he's kicking Kat's back in, but just the way that scene went, I felt like how Eva was coming at Kat, she really needed to be humble because like Kat is not in the wrong. And also, you know that your mother did all these illegal activities. And granted, I understand that that is your mother, but she did all of this crap. She put Laura's life literally in danger multiple times, like multiple times, and you're sitting there defending her. And also Loki, it felt a little bit threatening towards Kat, like when she was talking about her mother, like acknowledging that her mother is crazy and can do all of this stuff and and that was the first time I ever felt I'm like, Eva, you need to be humbled. Like first it was, the thing with Tomas and trying to kiss him, and now it's just like this. Granted, you do have the right to stand up for yourself, not saying that she shouldn't, but it's also, girl, you are in the wrong and your mother is crazy. So I did take offense to that scene concerning Kat because Kat's not wrong.
no, Ted is not wrong at all. And I feel like even with Ted, like yes, they're both his daughters, and he's trying to do things the right way. But I think a lot of the perception of other people is that they don't know they even know. And like as Kat is trying to tell
Mm,
them, it's like, well, my word against your word is no concrete proof. I
exactly.
think once proof is revealed, like, oh, either you knew this whole time that this is what was going on, then
Hmm.
everybody will see her character as well.
Yeah, exactly. And
When the
granted,
thing, oh, go ahead.
I know I was going to say, granted, I mean, granted, she didn't know that she was gonna run over Laura, but you had suspicion of it.
Yeah,
And then once
absolutely.
it was solidified, you still did nothing. And I get it. I get it. She's in a hard spot. That's the person that raised her, but it's also wrong. I'm not going to be defending you like this tooth and nail when I know you did something which almost killed this girl twice now, who's reaching out to me and trying to smooth things over between me and Nicole.
No, for real. For
So,
real. And
it's
I feel
wrong.
like the biggest thing about it is I always think about that scene in the country club after the whole anniversary fiasco when Kat was like, "You showed me exactly who you was. Like I saw your face. Like, you're not a victim in this.
Mm,
Like you like the pleasure of seeing other people, down." And she said it. She was like, "I know who you are."
yeah,
And
that
I
was a
think
good
that they
scene.
that it was a great scene. And I think other people forget that because Eva hasn't shown them that mask off.
Completely,
Like, yeah, she's still presented as a damsel in distress that like was forced to go along with her mom's plan.
And that wasn't even true. And like you said too, Kat peeped that game a long time ago. So like she's very aware of the type of person that Eva can be. Because I don't want to say she's always like that, but when a certain person of like Leslie, Dana, Honolulu, Sherry stature raises up a child like that, sometimes it's still going to have remnants of that parent who has raised you. A lot of times, the people's children imitate them. Okay, so. Yeah, just noting, and it's also people stating too, if they feel like we're getting more credence to like a switch that birth situation, how do you feel about that? Because mm,
You know, I think that Leslie, Anna, Lulu, Dana, Sherry. Oh, I did it backwards. At least
mhm.
I said it right.
No, but you still had all of the names. That's all that matters.
I feel like her character is starting to show less love for Eva.
hmm
That is starting to become less maternal
Yeah.
and more so showing Eva as a pawn,
Oof.
which can lay the groundwork for, you know, that unconditional love is not there.
Exactly. Exactly. I could see that. I mean, even when Nicole accepted Eva's apology, I still felt like there was like love there in a sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
because even how Eva exhaled, like a burden had been lifted from her, from
mm.
Nicole saying, I forgive you.
And you could tell that Nicole really still likes her, but the situation that occurred, she has to have those walls up because you did me dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't accept you like that. Low key, you're lucky that you're even still around, and right now that has a lot to do with Ted and also now Laura as well. But
Yeah.
we'll continue to see how that works. Concerning the switch that birth aspect too, like people were also mentioning like if you see the way that Leslie and Kat go at each other, and then versus going back to the way that Nicole and Eva are with each other, that's where they're feeling like it lays credence to switch that birth. For me personally,
So that cat is Eve. The cat is Leslie's daughter.
yes,
Oh shit!
yeah. I rather the stolen embryo piece than because I
They're both Nicole's babies.
I rather that. I want them to both be Nicole's versa. Even though a switch that birth would be juicy, I'm not even gonna hold you. Cause I mean, can you think about the dramatic play? Like Kobe be killing it. You already know Amber Michelle definitely kills it. Like that would be so many different emotions and so many different feelings that they have to work through. Their characters, if they do make it a switch that birth story. But then I just can't help it. Like I would love that for them both to be Nicole's daughters. I don't know. I don't know. I'm up in the air.
Would love for them both to be Nicole's daughters, and I think that that will also give way for Trisha to leave when it's time.
If we don't know, but you
Like
know.
if she no longer has ties to Fairmont Credit.
Exactly. Or even just like too, if they're gonna give her a shelf life, pull it back out. Like you go
Yeah,
away, then you come back, go away, then come. But
yeah.
like of course we'll definitely see. Um Also, do we have like anything else that we want to discuss for PTG?
Um, so I want to give a shout out to General Hospital's snark page on Facebook because they said Horny and Corny got engaged this week. Like, tried to talk about Ashley and Derek. And I just feel like Horny and Corny is hilarious.
Why did I
But
forget that they got engaged? That is not good.
she say yes. I don't even
Oh,
know if she said yes. I don't even remember if she said yes.
she did look nice though. I'll give her that. The girl did
Yeah,
look
yeah,
nice.
it was
So,
different. But in the promo, Andre was standing over the bed, and I think that
ugh,
was, I
it's
think
probably
it
a
was
dream. It's probably
because
a dream. I'm so, uh, you know what? See, mm-mm. Let's like mosey on our way down onto Bold and the Beautiful. So basically, this week was the Lunatic Luna show, L squared. So it could.
she ran her show like a circus.
And it definitely is. Everybody is running ragged about this whole entire situation. So any conversation lately has been geared towards the whole, Luna situation, even if Liam and Hope are sitting down having a conversation somehow, some way. That'll get into it, but just a real quick synopsis on the Liam and Hope thing. Hope is trying to get him to tell his family members about his illness. Also want to note too, Scott Clifton did say that like this storyline, he would be more of a supporting player when it came to. So you already know the story is still basically driven around like sin. Sin is the story, sin is the plot, as it should be, and as it always is. But anyways, back to like Luna Crazy. So, I mean, I just couldn't believe like her with the picture again with Steffi and shooting it off in a gun range. She's found a little friend and Remy, and then of course, she goes to Finn again to try and get him to see her way. She just goes about this so wrong, but Finn laid the law
Yeah,
down. So,
he's gonna choose Steffi, and
mm,
in him choosing Steffi, he chose Hayes.
yep.
So it's like I don't know who's Luna gonna go after more. Like Luna wants Steffi.
And then I get what you're saying too. Also, in the same token, Hayes is also her brother, but it could also low-key be like a sense of
And
jealousy
that's
too, because okay, hold on one second. Go ahead and talk. See, this is the problem when you have to record, y'all.
so I think my biggest thing is that I feel like Luna is very much so not accountable for her actions. She feels like everybody wronged her. But I think underneath it is a lot of hurt and a sense of loneliness. Like she's fighting to have some sense of connection. But what she doesn't understand is that that connection won't come because of previous actions. Like you tried to kill them, bro. You tried to kill them. It don't matter how many times you say sorry. And honestly, I don't know if
Okay,
she
okay, I'm
really.
back. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. Did Luna ever say sorry for everything? Like, has she been apologetic or has she just been like, woe is me?
Yeah, just saying it to basically say it. Um, of course she has apologized, but like I don't feel it and I don't believe it because she still keeps
No.
doing the same thing.
Yeah. Cause like if you was really sorry, you would be trying to like do things to better yourself. Shorty's at the gun range. Like,
With a full
that's not
picture of
what
Steffi.
yes, like that's not sorry. That's even more vindictive. Like,
It,
but we know it's setting up for Steffi's exit right now.
yeah. It's like you get it and you understand, but also noting, I just feel like there could have been so many different ways to write Jackie out, during this time. So, yeah, I don't. It's just so weird, but when soap opera writers dig their heels in, they dig it in hard. It just really, really feels like so. And then of course, we had like Steffi come in, and then it looks like she was scared the mess out of her essentially when she saw her. I don't know how much more rejection she wants to have. If I would have to give it up. And I know she's desperate, but like it's just like, bro, like they want nothing to do. And I knew the next step was definitely going to be was going to be Hayes. It was just gonna happen and be Hayes, and that's just what it is. But I am curious, I can't hold you to see how this is going to play out. So essentially we did see the coming attractions, and she does corner Hayes. So then it's like, okay, so like what's gonna happen, type of thing.
I mean, I think she might even try to kidnap at one point. Like, I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't put nothing past Lunatic Luna. I can see Hayes being kidnapped, Steffi going out trying to get him. She hit her head somewhere, ended up being in a coma for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, like, I don't know.
You just really don't. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, will they go on she kidnaps him and going on a tour to try to find him? Like, I don't know how they're gonna do. Who knows? Like, I can even possibly see like Luna getting killed. I don't know. There's just so many different possibilities of
Yeah.
like how this could go about that we really essentially, just really don't know. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely we'll
And I don't
definitely see
want
where
to
this
feel
plays
like
out.
I don't have faith, but I just feel like everything we think about is not what it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just prepare for that.
Never. Oh, and we got a clip with Jack Wagner playing Nick Maroney coming back. So I guess here they go, setting up the storyline for, this little triangle or quadrangle again with the same characters. But some people really, really do enjoy Nick and Brooke together. So there's that. I don't know, but that part I'll probably enjoy because I'm always really tired of like the Taylor, Ridge Brook of it all. So give me something new. And they actually all went because they always have a location shot overseas because Bold and the Beautiful is very popular overseas. And it was the three of them that went. There's also going to be a conversation between Taylor and um and Eric because she's like, I know that you still believe your son should be with Brooke. So and I'm just like, we still having this convo? Like Rich is like 60. Like what? Please stop. But and the freaking Bill and Lee
Oh, we
conversation, loved it. I see chemistry there, and I really wish they would give it a shot. I just love how Lee be cutting everybody up. Oh my goodness. Do you have any other thoughts on Bold?
No, I can see that connection though, like the spiciness of it. Like it's very fiery.
Yeah. Even and if you wanted to throw Katie in there, fine. Throw Katie because we actually wanted like a Jack Lee Poppy situation. Shoot, I would have even took a Bill Poppy Lee situation. But if y'all want to throw Katie in there and have it be a Katie Bill Lee, fine.
It's a triangle. I'm just gonna take this triangle.
I'm just gonna take it. Like I feel like Lee should be on scene more. And so yeah, but that is that. So we want to mosey on down the days.
Let's go on down the days.
Tears on tears on tears on tears. So of course, still continuing with the tribute to John Black, his death that has happened. So we had 3 full days of the funeral, and Thursday as well was more of like a flashback kind of
Yeah.
thing happening, which I thought was also really, really good. They boo-hoo. Christopher Sean, who plays Paul, like that, the tears just coming down his face. Oh my God, just
Yeah, it was tough.
so real. So real. Also, like, I did appreciate Sean still showing up, but I also appreciated the conversation that him and Belle had when he was just like, I'll still be there for you, but I'm not gonna be there for you in a way that I once was. I thought those were boundaries, and it felt like, okay, like I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Type thing.
Agree.
So
I agree. And I think they're both headed in different directions right now and they're at peace with it. You know, like Shondi and Jada, and then Bill and EJ. So it's like understanding that they don't have a need for each other in that way, in that capacity.
exactly, exactly. And it's okay to move on. Like we were together since we were high school and high school students, and just like them naming the years and then also being like, you know what, like between the multiple affairs that we had, it's just like time to let it go. So I am excited to see their next chapter. Especially with two different couples. So I'm excited for that. With Sean and Jada, EJ and Belle, people try to act like Belle and EJ don't have chemistry, but they do. So like I can't even really like whatever with that. But also I'm wondering if when he saw them hug, if he's gonna get that jealousy type thing.
Maybe. I didn't think of it like that.
Because because even going back, he was just like, when Belle was trying to avoid him, and he was just like, just be honest, like tell me, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'll give you space, just let me know. But also, it's kind of hard to see that and then be like, oh snap, like, but you want him to be there for you, you know what I'm saying? People's and their emotions and their feelings, so. Yeah, so that was kind of like that, and that's what I was thinking about when it kind of goes to that. But I do really feel how these four are intertwined and mixing and mingling. It's just something new, something different. And I also have to know too, like even when they were talking about the flashbacks that were, with that everyone had, because I believe it was Steve, Kayla, Bo. Oh yeah, going back, Bo got his ass up out that hospital. He said, I was gonna pay my respects. I ain't care. This what I'm
I
doing.
love that too. I love that. And then also with Steve's 40 years, he recently made 40 years on days.
Hmm.
This week or next week is gonna be his 40th anniversary. So like I don't know, I feel like that's bittersweet too. Like to have been saying bye to so many of your buddies recently.
Yeah, that is crazy. I think his tribute episode is going to be on Monday as well. So that's going to be nice to see. I don't know, Days has just really been paying homage to the history factor. Even like
Yes. Yes. And it's respectful. Like a lot of people have not only dedicated like this isn't a career, it's a lifestyle. Like
hmm
have been with these people that have become family members for 30, 40 plus years. So it's like, yes, that should be taking employee appreciation to a different level.
Exactly, exactly. Um, I don't know, it's just very nice and all the flashbacks too that they had, like because this is like people who originated their characters are actually still there. And like you said, this is a lifetime, So,
Yeah.
of course they may have left some periods, but then they came back. But I mean, those are the core people, the like original people who played them, which I thought was amazing, besides like Roman, obviously. But I did like how Roman and Marlena had a conversation because she still feels bad about how, their marriage did end. But he was like, you know what? It's basically like it is what it is. We moved on. We had the loves of our lives. Our kids were happy, raised well, raised right. So I'm good. I always appreciate little things like that. I was like, that was nice that they acknowledged that. So that
No,
was great.
I appreciate it as well. I feel like that was nice. I feel like leaving little trinkets like that is not only respectful to them as actors, but respectful to us as like fans and audience. Like one thing that you have to know about soap opera fans is we love history. We
Sure
love
do.
going trip down memory lane, like
Hmm.
on
Because we're gonna
YouTube.
call it out.
Yeah, because we were there, we remember. Like we're the historians, so it's like at the end of the day, if you don't show us the history, YouTube will.
And we because it's like now we don't gotta buy books to read about the history. Y'all forgot y'all used to do that too. Straight clear books full of history. Now it's just right on the YouTube. So thank you, YouTube. We definitely appreciate that. And also we have too, like so Xander and Sarah like had it out again. They are just some arguing people, but I really did feel her when she was like, I hate him so much and I hate how much I love him. I love him so much. I was like, girl. We've all been there, God. You hate your man so much for love at the same time.
Papers.
That was a bar. That was a bar. Ugh, when you be going through it. And it looks like Xander may try and kill Philip. So we'll see
You
how this
know, go ahead.
I was gonna say we'll see how this turns out. I mean, he is a mercenary, so Well, he was.
And I feel like it's a lot of mixed emotions. Like you tried to kill your brother, bro. It's gonna come back up. Like everybody knows. Philip had enemies, but wasn't nobody beefing for him like that.
Yeah,
Like
not like that.
you were gunning for your brother, and we know it. Everybody know it. So you trying to like admit all the things. You ain't gotta admit it. We
Hmm.
know you did it. Like,
We
but I
know.
think I think a lot of the conversation with him and Sarah needed to have happened as well.
Hmm. True.
Um, I don't feel like Sarah is woe is me, but I feel like Sarah lacks accountability.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could see that because I should have. I mean, the thing too with that is, it's like, yes, I should have told you, but sometimes you got to take the but out of it and take the L, and then at a later time explain your reasoning, your logic, and your thought. I
Yeah.
don't. I felt like Maggie also, like, laying it out full and clear. She's older. And so it's, for me, it's different, like,
It's
because she's a
yeah,
wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she always has Xander's back. She really always did. Like, Maggie was right on that. She always held him down. But when you are married and it's different,
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
type of trust. Uh, let's go on to General Damn Hospital, y'all. See, when I was young, I had a whole lyrics to it. Y'all already know. I told y'all the story. I made it my own little song. Okay, Faces of the
Love
Heart forever.
it.
That was that I feel like Faces of the Heart theme song for General Hospital goes up as hard as Young and the Restless theme song that they have never changed with the jazz. Dun, 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 dun. Like, there's just so they hit. I'm still mad that General Hospital took that out. They should have left that.
It just got everybody picture. Pew, pew. I
Jazz.
don't do nothing for me. Like bring back intros. Like
Like, ooh, y'all is flashing. Jeez Louise. Okay, I get it. I get it. But yeah, didn't I say I wanted to see Weeping Willow? Didn't I say I wanted to see her suffer? Well, my wish was granted.
you know, as she had her breakdown in the courtroom, I don't think anybody else in there was acting. I like if you looked around at everybody's face, like if you looked around at Laura's face, you looked at Steve's face, like hell, you even looked at Rory's face, like they were just like, oh my God, because Willow snapped in that courtroom.
Katie.
Like,
Katie did her
Katie,
thing.
baby, you did your big one.
She couldn't even breathe.
Like, and I'm sitting with bated breath, hand on chest, like, girl, they took them kids from you. I
And
2% felt bad. That's how good it was.
it
Like I
was
two.
so good. Like, they had that judge rip her. Okay, that judge went in and she didn't mention not a one of their affairs. And they both had affairs. She didn't mention Michael's and she didn't mention Willow's. She stuck to the facts of what made her give Michael custody, and how, Willow was doing things that didn't
Yeah.
look like it was in the best interest of her children.
It was like you didn't put your children first. And then like even Nina's conversation with Drew, she was like, all she's done is everything that you told her to do. And in the
Hmm.
eyes of the court, that makes her a bad mother.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
If I
Nina.
only had a brain, like,
Mhm. Oh, and it was Willow crying in Nina's arms, like, mommy, mommy, girl, you
I felt
never rock for her
absolutely,
like that.
I felt
Like,
absolutely nothing on that part. I was like, the way that you have treated Nina, now it's mom, now it's mommy.
she had to
Girl.
tears. I was like, weeping Willow, weeping Willow. That's how I wanted Lulu to get. I wanted Lulu to lose her man.
And of course, that didn't happen, like, at all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, like, First of all, I do think Michael should have gotten custody. It was his time to shine. And like I said last week, I include that as a Quartermain win, not a Corinthos win, because people are like, but Corinthos always win. Now I'm gonna say that this is the Quartermains because the Quartermains was down bad for decades. So, and also Wiley's middle name is Allen. I know that's right.
It is. It is. It is. And I remember when they was changing his name, they were adding Wiley Quartermain Corinthos. Like, if you go back, they kept on saying that he needed to have Quartermain as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of it too. I love the scene before they went into the courtroom and he asked Jason if the jet was ready. And he said, "You and the kids will be in the air before anybody even realize you're gone." And I was like,
No
y'all better make
nameplate.
this move. Like, it was just how they said it. It was like boss. Like, you know, I love the Corinthos family, y'all. I'll say it. I'll say it. I am a Sonny and Jason stan. I am a Sonny and Carly stan. I am a
Ugh.
Jason and Sam stan. I love the mob family, and they didn't held down Port Charles for a long time. So
That's
I'll say
also like the issue. It took away from everybody else. Low key, they made sure to kill
so.
basically all the freaking Quartermains. I was just like, you barely
Now,
see the brothers or the Hardys, and that's where I feel like their issue was. Like, people don't have necessarily an issue with the mob family and the Corinthos family. It's just that they've been reigning supreme for so long that nobody else has gotten a one up, and that's the problem. Like other families, they need the opportunity to get the one up on them. And that's why sometimes
like,
I be
I
like,
agree. I agree. They don't necessarily have to be supporting characters. Like, they can also be lead actors as well.
mm-hmm.
I've battled with that myself. Like, when Port Charles ended, I felt like General Hospital should have became Port Charles because it was a
Mm,
lot that was taken away from being at the hospital. Like, General
yeah.
Hospital started, like you said, with Dr. Steve Hardy. Everybody's at the hospital. We have all these cases that are coming in, like all the nurses, all the doctors, Dr. Rick Weber. Like, it
Yep.
was all these the center around the hospital, and for a long time that left, and it was like the characters of Port Charles.
I could see why that name change would more so suffice because, like you were saying too, they really weren't having anything to do with the hospital anymore. And
Yeah.
like when you think about it, a lot of them, the main cast, besides Elizabeth Weber, Isaiah now, Gannon, who else are some doctors that are there? Like I have to really like put my thinking cap on because I can't. Portia Robinson, okay, Dr. Portia Robinson.
Ain't did
Um,
nothing.
yeah, we don't really see Terry like that.
No, we
Um,
don't.
okay,
Ashley.
oh, Dr. Lucas Jones. Okay, we got a Jones in there. All right. Part of this the Spencer family too as well. But I feel like that's like really about it, unfortunately.
That's it. And now they had Aiden supposedly leave with Lucky. So now they just don't have no kids here.
Another kid like down. So, we always complain about the younger kid aspect and like how, that is really missing too as well, unfortunately, for what is it, General Hospital, but also a lot of the other ones too. I think the only ones who really have like a young cast is now Bold, BTG and Days. Like General Hospital and Y&R don't have a young cast. Like and everybody can't really stay. Sooner or later they're going to age out. Like we have to be real about this. Who's going to take over the mantle? And that's what I don't feel like General Hospital or Young and the Restless are thinking about. They have too many core characters and legacy characters who have children that also need to be front and center and integrated with their parents. Like, come on now. Like, come on.
Right. And as you say it, I think that's why a lot of the younger cast members are ambitious with leaving soaps because they don't see a future in it for them. They don't see starring roles like, shout out to Sydney, who
Yeah,
was
I'm
the
like, I get out of that braid. I was just about to say.
yes, like she was the original Trina. She just graduated from UCLA. And like even when you think about the actor who plays Cameron Weber. So like Jake went away to school. The original Emma Brooklyn went away to school. So it's like everybody is trying to get plans outside of soap operas because it's like, what are the soap operas doing for them? They're not catering to them. They're not growing them. So I don't know. I feel like it's different. A lot of it too, I feel like, is the storylines. Like, we talked about during the summer. Okay, where's the young adult storyline? Like, where's the bus crashes? Where's the car crashes?
Yeah.
Where's the school hallways they used to show? So it's like that's why we got so excited when we saw them. What was it when Rocco got sick? We like, oh my
Oh
God, look at all these
yeah.
teenagers when he was drinking. We ain't seen them since. We ain't seen Rocco daddy since. Like, what y'all got going on? It's not
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, like there is no clear-cut storyline that really integrates the young kids. I don't even feel like General Hospital has a young adult. Like, well, yes, they do. Sorry, Trina. See, but that's bad. Trina and
See?
Jocelyn, like, and Emma and Gio, like, they're the young adult, but none of their storylines feel like young adult centered. Like,
No, it's not. It's not. And then they space them out too far. Like, we'll have a
mhm.
scene once a week, and then you will drag the storyline out for months when it could have just been done.
Exactly. Like I can't follow the even though I watch mostly like through clips, but I can't follow the WSB story. I really don't get it. It doesn't really make sense to me.
I think they
Um
get
it- yeah. It just and also like no real high school. Like I'm sorry, Charlotte should be running that ish. Like she should be giving Lulu hell. She's a freaking Cassadine. Like and you
like, where's her
barely see
revenge for
her.
Papa going to jail? I feel like this is when her villain story is being
It's
developed.
being formed. And then like having a good brother like Rocco and he's trying to always steer her in the right direction. That could, show their relationship and bonding. You already know how I feel about the Danny and Jake situation. We should have been seen it. That should have been the new AJ and Jason. Like
And
that
I think
shit
that's
pisses
why
me
I got
off.
so. I think that's why I got so excited at the nurses' ball when the kids got on stage and started singing, and I was just like, "Oh my God, y'all are here!" Imagine if we felt like that every day. Like, oh my God, look at all these last names. Look at these legacies. Like
Yeah.
we love a good legacy.
And with a good story to freaking boot, and they just refuse it. It is their summer. The summer should be full of teens and young adults. Like with of course, like even the older adults. Like okay, so Michael, Willow, Sasha, they should be running the scene too. Of course, with like Brooklyn and what was her Brooklyn and Chase and Dante.
Yeah,
Those should be running their scene too, and that should allow them the opportunity to be more integrated as
yeah,
well. I don't know. They're just missing some beats for me.
I agree.
So, also Tracy, I kind of really not even kind of I do hate the whole Scout situation. Like Scout has been missing. Drew is just all up Willow's
About her
behind.
children and her, like,
Yeah.
where is Scout Morgan?
I'd rather quarter me.
Where is she? Where is she? Scout Quartermain Morgan. Emily Scout. Emily Scout Quartermain Morgan. Let's say that girl full name. Who
I'm
the hell is
trying to get
Kane?
them to have a Quartermain legacy with a last name attached to it. They refuse to do it. Ugh, you know
No.
that. Mm-mm. But like, I'm like also with Alexis. I'm like, are we watching the same thing? Like, do you see what's happening with Drew? Like, I don't know. I get her mindset of not wanting to mess up. Scout has already been through enough, but I don't know. Drew took her away from her brother, took her away from Rocco, who she also considers a brother. She knows the Quartermain household. She was fine there. You move her, like all of this other stuff, and then on top of that too, now all of a sudden Willow's children aren't there anymore either. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like continuous upheaval. But
It's, it's a mess.
yeah, they don't care. Um, and I also think that Cody and Eva, see, I always do that now. Their names are too close. The
Eve and
Cody and
Ava.
yeah, I can't help it. The Cody and the Ava situation, I think it's just so freaking stupid. I think it's just stupid. I don't like it.
But I feel like it's also going to cause more friction between Christina and Molly because Molly has chemistry with Cody. Like,
Hmm.
you saw your sister sitting there talking to him, and then you say, "Oh well, he can help me with Ava." No,
Where did
Chris.
that come
Didn't
from?
your mama tell you to stop being so impulsive? Because you didn't listen.
She refuses to listen. She just like it's very, very hard for her too. And it's not even
Yeah,
enduring. Like it's just like, okay, girl. Like literally how I feel. So I
I
don't know.
agree.
Anything else for general?
Um, the whole so Isaiah and Portia exchange words, and I'm hoping that they're not trying to do like no chemistry fight. I really don't like you anguish storyline with them.
They probably are knowing that.
That's gonna blow me. That's really gonna blow me because Jordan and Isaiah, we love Jordea, and we're still waiting on Jordea.
Okay.
But I just feel like it was really he tried to look out for her like, hey, I don't think you should be operating in the hospital. Like I feel like somebody else needs to step up. And
Yeah.
Portia being Portia, I got this. What you mean? Like Portia can't never take help or advice or criticism from anybody. And that's so
And she knows it
irritating.
all, you know.
She know it all. Meanwhile, your husband out here trying to find that lady. He did pull Felicia to be the PI to
I saw
find.
that.
So I like the reference of Felicia continuing PI work because that's history.
Exactly.
With that. But I
And
don't know.
it just looks like let's swap, partners. Let's swap the black partners type of situation. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
already said this before. Like Brooke Kerr, she has chemistry. I would have rathered a more of a Rick situation, but it would have also caused issues with like now Ava, Portia and Rick if they were to go there. So I doubt that, and that puts me in a hard pickle because I love Ava. Portia's okay too. It's the way that they write her. But then I don't need people going at Portia again for over this situation. Even though Portia has made a lot of decisions that I did not like, especially when it pertained to the Sprina of it all. But I did see that there is something more that they could have did there as well that they just decided not to do. They could have had Nicholas and Portia working together and things spark. But you know what? We'll just leave that. The past is the past. It is what it is type of.
Oh,
Yeah, we had some amazing, the Springer crew back in the past, we had some amazing like ideas of how that could have went, but they just refused to do it. I mean, the history was there too. Gia went with Nicholas as well. Like, I mean, that could have been brought up. We could have had a Gia situation where she comes back and helps to guide Trina on, but you know what? I'm gonna just leave that, where it is because I'll get annoyed and I'm not going to do that. So
because that would right. Because I was gonna bring up the character that you feel like they erased, and that would have been like a whole thing.
Tiger, yeah, girl, they did
The G
erase
and Tiger
him.
were brother and sister, so like,
Still get upset about that. Still, like, shout out to Amy on Twitter because she actually had a poll and they came in second to Mac as the best father-daughter like duo. Yeah, that whole thing was just grimy. You don't have to forget about the father who raised you for your biological one. That's not how it works. But I'm just not even going there. That the whole Sabrina Taggart, the whole thing just pissed me off because there was so much history there that they just refused to do. So whatever. It is what it is. Ashley, move the freak on. Okay, so let's go into, Young and the Restless, of course. I'll be quick with that too as well, because I know you wasn't really with it this week, right?
I might throw in a little something, something.
Well, of course. So, Sharon is convinced to go on this great Dumas trip. Everybody's just getting ready to go and meet Dumas. Like, if you are around, you already know who Dumas is gonna be. I don't agree, but whatever. And they keep drawing it out. So and Mariah actually convinces Sharon to go with Nick. Don't really know what they're doing with Schnick. I don't know if it's really happening or not. I feel like they be playing with Schnick fans too, just to kind of get us, in a tizzy. So that could be a whole situation, but also Mariah's like she does need some space and she loves her mom, but she's hovering, which but that's a mom. So like I could understand that, but I have to say some of the scenes that really got me was the Jack and Diane scenes pertaining to Kyle. I really enjoyed how Jack peeped game and he was like, no, Audra and Victor are playing a game here. And he's like, I can tell what it is. And also Diane is just like, my son is smart, but he's still a man. And she is concerned about Audra's sex appeal, getting in the clutches of a man, but you can't take a man unless they want to be in the clutches. So I'll just say that. So but I'm here for it. I did enjoy those scenes as well. Of course, it was looking like Damien and Lily were connecting on like the loss of parents and things of that nature. Of course, they brought up Neil. Love it when they do that. Also, I love that Holden clocks Audra. Like he's like, I know what you do, and I can see that you using this entire situation, and Victor's probably bankrolling and doing that as well. And also, I just like, and I already know, anytime there's a winter clan meetup, I did love it. I mean, Abby can go, but that's just that's just my, take on it. Oh, do you have anything
Come
to
together when it's a threat. They definitely come together when it's a threat.
yeah.
So them trying to make sure the whole Devon situation, Dumas, do
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah. See, I too watch clips. Maybe if they come across, I don't turn them off. I feel like, oh, well, let's see. I might
What's
not watch the whole thing, but
It's like, what's happening here? Let me clock in real quickly, type of thing. So
oh, Mariah breakdown. Oh, okay. We're not going to Paris. Okay, that's fine. Like next clip.
like, okay, everybody's leaving. All right, bet. Like I'm out of here. So that was just, Young and the Restless as well. We still worried about this Dumas. We still don't know what happened with Mariah's secret. So yeah, I guess we'll find out next week. I already know who Demas is. If you've been checking around, you've also know. I have to say shout out to a clip. Shout out to a One Life to Live clip. And since we brought up One Life to Live today, because Erica Slazak's going to be joining General Hospital, it was a day. It was 2008. It was the day that Nash went over the balcony at an event that they were having, and it set and spiraled and set the course for Jessica to become Tess as well
Mm,
as Bess. Uh,
mm.
that was a time to be had. That was great television, as we would say. Like I still remember the song that was played. I actually brought the song that was played because it was so good to me. One
You
Life to
know,
Live paid money for that. Tell you that
she
much.
played those roles very well.
She did. Bree Williams didn't act her tissue off. Like she did
She
that. When she,
did. She really did.
so many great scenes. I just wanted to shout that out really quickly. Also, do you have any performance breakout of the week?
No, I'm thinking about Jess and Antonio now.
You were a Jess and Antonio fan?
I was a Jess and Antonio fan. I was a Natalie and Christian fan too.
I could see that too, but the thing is, David had chemistry with all of his women. I said that David played Christian, he had chemistry with all of them. I liked him with Jessica. I thought he was banging with Evangeline. That's another one. Elise had chemistry with all of her men too. Evangeline did not have a pairing that didn't hit. I'm just sorry. Whether it was Todd, whether it was Christian, whether it was John, they
I
all
was a
hit.
John and Evangeline fan.
They were hot.
I didn't like John and Natalie.
Oh, you did it? Oh yeah, most people didn't. I didn't either, to be honest, if I'm keeping it a buck. I liked her with Jared. Like so.
Hmm.
Yep, of course. And I always thought it was really funny because I was talking to one of my peeps on Twitter too. It was really funny to me that the two pairings that I liked most for Jessica, well, I wouldn't say most because Nash, I really did like Nash for Jessica and Tess. But I also really liked her with Christian. So those were always like my top for her. But it's kind of crazy to think that Nash and Jared, the ones that I liked with Natalie and Jess, both wound up getting killed. And they had a full meltdown at the funeral. That's another thing. When Bree was like the funeral scene, she's just like, "Come on," and like touching the casket. That's it. Shout
Oh,
shout out.
YouTube, here I come.
Word girl, go find it because I'm about to go watch too. I gotta leave, but when I come back home and after I be like Happy Father's Day to my father, I need to go and watch that at nighttime because nighttime is the right time.
Yeah.
Um,
A
but
performer, what do
oh
you think?
yes. Mine goes to Christian Sean, who plays Paul
Okay.
on Days of Our Lives. The tears are flowing, the eyes are red, him saying, I love you, Dad, and I'll see you at the next baseball game. If you know, you know that Drake, he was a huge baseball fan as well. So I thought it was just very poignant and just he did an amazing job. So that was my breakthrough performance of the week.
Okay. Okay. Um, Honestly, the funeral and all the memories and stuff has been so heavy for me that I've kind of like skipped through those parts of days. So
Ooh,
like, yes, that means that you all have been doing a phenomenal job if I can't stomach it right now. Um, so
boundaries
my
are important.
yes. Mine is going to go to Weeping Willow. And I'm only giving it to Weeping Willow because that courtroom scene, like, she is laying the ground print for her to go to Shady Brook. Like, and I just feel like, yeah, she played that really well. Like, it was
Yes.
my children. Like, yeah.
Yes. My kids. But you said we would win.
What's happening? I don't understand what's happening. Rick, we lost. Your Honor, making a big mistake. Like, she's smashed.
The
She's
way
smashed.
he said, you lost, little. It was just like, what do you not get, girl? It's over. It's a wrap. Like, how can I help you? But hey, guys, with that, that brings us to the end of Soapwire Podcast, brought to you by the TV Cave and sponsored by KatieWaltman.com. That is KatieWaltman.com with an IE. Be sure to use the promo code Soapwire for a generous and lovely gift count. I am Ashley Sheree here. You can find me on Blue Sky, which is Lady Two Wise ASA. Also on IG and Twitter, the bad place where it's Lady ASA, but two Y's underscore ASA on Twitter and IG.
And I am on Instagram, your girl Deneen, Neen underscore Amanda, and Neen underscore the therapist. I am on Twitter under Kiss My Neen, El Nino. And then I am on Blue Sky under Neen Amanda.
And that brings us to the end. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday. It drops at 8 a.m. And don't forget to follow on Soapwire under soap underscore wire on Instagram and also Soapwire Together, not apart, on Blue Sky. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next Wednesday. Bye. It's gonna take a minute to end, y'all.